What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Luigi here, and for today's video, we're going to be talking about something that has been bothering me for like the past 2 months or so, and that has to do with the fact that there are some professors that give you study guides that has like 100 questions on there, but when you go and take the exam, it's only got like 15. I'm going to be sharing a story on that, because it actually has happened to me, so. Without any further ado, let's get into it. So this story takes place like a week before spring vacation. The college that I currently go to, their spring vacation starts in like the middle of March, as opposed to like the middle of April for like public schools. So it's Monday, and our philosophy professor is like going over what's going to be on the midterm, and he pulls up the study guide, and I know they can't see me, but I'm putting it in quotation marks because it's not like a true study guide. He just like lists literally everything that we've talked about in class, and it's like I'm without even describing to you, I'm just gonna show you what it looks like. This is it right here. This is the actual study guide. Look at it. Look at it right here. It's got like 100 questions on there, and the midterm was gonna be on Friday, and it happened on Friday. And everybody legitimately thought that all the questions on there was going to be on the midterm. Next, I'm going to be showing you what an actual study guide should look like. This is one of the study guides from my psychology class, and as you can see, it doesn't have 100 questions. These questions right here actually did show up on this particular exam from my psychology class. I got to give a huge shout out to my psychology professor. I wanna thank her for that, because if she did the route in which if she pulled like stupid crap like that, then oh dear God, I would fail miserably if I'm gonna be completely honest. But above course, I didn't fail. So our philosophy professor told us that we could, use a note card and write down notes on there to help us out with the midterm. And so internally, I'm freaking out. After my class is over for the day, and after I have lunch, I immediately go to the school shop, get myself a pack of note cards. And I was planning on literally writing down every single question and filling out every single answer. A spoiler alert, it did not happen at all. I only managed to put a majority of them on there. Fast forward now to the night before the midterm. The reason why I failed to finish it was because of procrastination and the fact that I couldn't find, all the answers. I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to fill out every question and every answer. So I decided to put in the amount of questions in which I know that I'll get a 70 or higher. So that's pretty much what I did, and by the time that I filled out my last question onto one of the note cards, it was close to 1 a.m. I only got 5 hours of sleep, which of course is not good, but shit like this is what happens when you try to pull out an all-nighter. This isn't the first time that I've done, stupid stunts like that. I'm really hoping that this is going to be the last time I do shit like this, but I don't know for certain. So, funny thing enough, I don't remember if I put the alarm for 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. My philosophy class, it started at 9 a.m. What I do remember is that my body just naturally woke up to 6 a.m. because, that's the time that I'm normally used to getting up at, during those times of the week. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna stay up because, there's really no point. I only have an extra hour of sleep, big difference. So I get myself ready, I pack my things, I'm getting ready to go to class. I take the midterm, and inside I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm literally going to show you what the midterm looks like. Look, this is it. Look. 15 questions, okay? 15 questions. Okay? I want to say like a good 5 or 10% of the questions that were on that quote unquote study guide, only like 10% actually made it to the midterms. And the best part, I forgot to bring my note cards over. So right then and there, I was fucked. The truth was that I wasn't fucked because I managed to get an 85 on it. And I was talking to my mother about this, and she speculated that, since I stayed up all night writing down notes on the note cards, I must have memorized all the information, which it probably most likely was the case, so I'm not going to argue with that. And the story doesn't really end there. It doesn't end there, folks. Because the week before the finals, the same philosophy professor was going over, stuff that's going to be on the final, and he pulls up literally a copy of the midterm study guide, quote unquote study guide, except the difference now is that he added like a few extra questions on the shit that we covered after the spring vacation. The good news was that I didn't fall for his bullshit, and I'll explain to you what I mean by that. So he was going over cherry picking questions that I decided to pick, and I knew, I had a gut feeling that the questions that he picked were gonna be on the final, and a good chunk of them actually did make it to the final. So I already knew I passed. I already knew I won. After he went over those questions, somebody asked him if stuff on the midterm was going to make it to the final, and he actually did say that all the questions from the midterm were going to make it to the final. The truth was that only like one question actually made it to the midterm. Like when I was taking the final, I mean, I obviously didn't react out loud, but I managed to stay positive and do the best I can do, and that's pretty much what I did. I have a good feeling that I passed on the final, much like I did, with the midterm, except that the difference now was that I didn't forget to bring my note cards, so that's what I did. I brought the note cards over, I went, I looked at them and looked at the question, and I filled it out, and that's that. That was my midterm exam and final exam horror story. Well, specifically midterm exam horror story. If you want to hear more of my rants or stories or whatever, then do yourself a favor and subscribe to this channel and turn the bell on so that way you'll never miss any videos from me, through the notifications tabs. And other than that, I'll see you next time. Peace out.
Let's get some pussy tonight.
What must be what?